So starting the test drive in this 24 RAV4, I had one of these a while back. It was a 2018 limited, and it was okay, but I just never really liked how it drove. Now I think that one had a 6-speed automatic, if I remember correctly. The 8-speed helps a little bit, especially with your fuel economy. But these aren't necessarily meant to be, like, these aren't fast. You know, you have 203 horsepower in a relatively heavy SUV. You don't have a turbocharger. Your torque's pretty much, what, 184. But people just love these. If you're, I don't want to say it's mostly women, but I know a lot of women that love the RAV4s just because they don't tend to like to drive as fast. They don't appreciate performance as a whole more than men do. You know, we like this Corvette in front of me. But you put this thing in sport mode, it'll get up. Again, it's still not fast, but here in eco mode, it's not necessarily quick. Now, one thing I can say about these, and one of the reasons that this is one of the best-selling SUVs of all time, is they're very easy to drive. You sit up higher, but your visibility is still very good. Your fuel economy is relatively good for an SUV. And you have something that drives more like a car than a Tahoe or a Sequoia or something like that. Even a Highlander, this drives more like a Camry to me. And that's what a lot of people like about these. And the RAV4 has just always been ahead of its time, I feel, since they first came out, because you look at 2024, you see pretty much, other than the Camrys, the Accords, and things of that nature, there are very few four-door passenger cars that are left in manufacturer lineups. And that's because people want something that gets the fuel economy of a car, drives like a car, but they want the space of an SUV. That's why the Chevy Trailblazers, the Chevy Trax, the Nissan Rogues, those are doing so well. And then even the Nissan Kicks. But like the Prius, I feel like the RAV4 has just always been that SUV that kind of started it all. But overall, sound acoustics in here are pretty good. Ride quality is decent. Again, it's not quick, but when you need it to be a bit more powerful, you're able to do that by putting it in the sport mode, which I'll show you here momentarily. But I just always love having the lane centering or the lane tracing assist in these, just because, especially on the interstate, it's just so nice to be able to just, you know, relax more. Not necessarily have to just have your hands at 10 and 2 the entire time. So the eco mode in this thing has been pretty good, keeping the revs of the engine down low, maximizing that fuel economy. But we're gonna put it into sport and we're gonna see what it can do getting on the interstate here. So got up pretty high in the RPMs there, but more impressive than I was expecting. And like I said earlier, another cool thing is just being able to manually shift in this thing if you do want to drive it a certain type of way. And the shifts are pretty quick, up and down. I'm gonna put it back into eco mode now. I'm gonna turn on the safety suite. So we have the lane centering, adaptive cruise. So pretty impressed just overall with what you get here. A relatively fuel efficient powertrain. Of course, Toyota's safety sense is phenomenal. And just with this XLE Premium, I feel like you get a lot, but not necessarily, you're not necessarily paying for everything, if that makes sense. But I want to give one more thank you to John Roberts Toyota for allowing me to review this RAV4 today. And then again, if you're looking to get the best price on one of these in your area, just click on that link down below and I'll get the local dealers fighting to get you the best price on one of these. And another good thing that you see, prices are coming down on new and used vehicles, so these are a lot more affordable than they used to be when the used car prices were going crazy, the new car prices were going crazy. But yeah, this gets it done. And again, that's one of the reasons this is one of the best selling SUVs year after year. It's because a RAV4 just gets everything done very well. I wouldn't say it's the best at any one thing, but it's number 2 and number 3 with pretty much everything. Maybe number 1 with resale value, but with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2024 Toyota RAV4 XLE Premium.